Hi, welcome to Universal Interiors. I'm Les Inglestead.
And I'm Uni Fegley.
And today we're making treats. We're good at that, aren't we? Well, we want to be good.
You're really good at this.
We love those quick things. And today, probably majority of you have heard of the no-bake cookies. You could call it boiled cookies or something boring like that. I just call them really good. That's what we call them.
Fine.
We're super simple ingredients. We're going to start with 2 cups of sugar. We use cane sugar here in this house. It really is good to get organic sugar in the mix if you're going to put sugar into your system at all. Agree on that one?
So much.
Yeah.
Concur.
Okay, so we have picked up a lot of cookbooks out. This one's called the Symphony of Ingredients. Those great church cookbooks. We have so many out there, I know. Majority of them do have it. You can also Google it, or Raina will put it right there for you. Now, getting back to it. 2 cups of sugar is what I started with. Then we're gonna go with, this is pretty easy ingredients. 2 cups sugar, then you're gonna go 1/4 cup cocoa, okay? And then we're gonna go with 1/2 cup milk. Can you pour, no, I'm so sorry. Yeah, 1/2 cup milk, you can do that for me. And actually we're choosing to do almond milk today. Did you know? Almond milk, how good it is? She agrees. You can certainly use the cow milk. You could probably even use goat milk, but today we're choosing almond milk because it is very, very healthy for us. And then we're gonna take, so we've got sugar, we've got cocoa, we've got milk, and yes, butter. We are gonna go with, this recipe calls for 1/4. A lot of them go 1/2, so I'm gonna just break it there and compromise and go with not just 1/4, not a whole half, but right there in between, and I pinch it on in there. There it is. And now we're headed to the stove, okay? And I am preheated over here. Catch that, Uni? Just about anybody can do this.
Right on.
Okay, we're nice and high, right? Surface.
Oh, you want it on high?
Yes, please.
Let me do that for you.
Some people hesitate to go that way. Now again, I've got the sugar, the cocoa, butter, and milk. All right, we are gonna get it just stirred up. It's gonna take a wee bit to get this melting, but the key ingredient with no-bake cookies is really to get it so that you have a full minute, maybe a minute and a half. We're just gonna trust that we can count to 60. That'll be Eunice, that'll be your job, Uni. Once it starts to boil, okay?
All right.
And we need to just boil it on up, and it's as simple as that. But what I'd like to just address, as I was showing you beginning of this, is the church cookbooks. Do you ever read those, look at those, find a recipe or two in there?
You know what? I buy every single church cookbook I can because you know that those are little
treasures, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are. They're just treasure chests in there. And it's interesting today when I chose to get this recipe, I didn't bring my cookbook to Uni's house, but I knew I could find it. And sure enough, in those church cookbooks, you'll find it. A little variance on all of these. Again, what I said was you can change 1/4, 1/2, and a cup. Those are the 4 main ingredients. So this recipe, I like the easiness of it. So now you're seeing it. It's turning into kind of a cocoa mix look, but we don't start timing it until it gets to boiling, okay?
Right.
Like a hard candy kind of a boil. And the nice part of this is I have memories of this, seriously, probably nearly 50 years ago. It was something that my mom would make, and I can see why, because it was simple and us little kids would be underfoot and watch this happen. It doesn't take too much. You don't have to turn the oven on. And majority of the people know, up here in the Midwest anyways, what no-bakes are.
How about, are they close to haystacks? You know, those little
Oh yeah, like the little chow mein noodles or something.
Would this
No,
be
but
the same chocolate mixture?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
I have never made those, but I love when I see them at like potlucks or my friend's house. It doesn't take long, and I'll start to chew them because I know how good they are. Is there a peanut butter in that recipe?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to look into that another time. Okay, it's beginning to make the sounds of boiling. So right now we're gonna. Oh, you know what? We've been holding it in there, girls.
Especially that camera angle.
I know
Really
it's
right there.
Sorry. I know we're after that, all of us, because we are Universal Interiors and we're about the inside of us getting healthy, right, Uni?
Oh, we are.
You can certainly have your treats as long as you remember that about holding it in. We are almost ready to start counting on 1 minute, okay?
And go.
Okay, you're counting. I was in Colorado for many years, and I would make this recipe, but up there, boiling happens, which is a little tidbit, before the temperature on sea level. In mountains, it starts and it's not, you can almost put your finger into something like that. So it's really an odd thing, but yeah, water boils faster than you can, again, it's just a really crazy thing, but it has to do with altitude. So when I make no bakes up there, it was a little hard to get it just right. But here in Minnesota, you can kind of count on a minute, maybe a little bit beyond, but you just have to get it, because a little less, it's not going to stick. A little bit too much on the boiling time, then they're going to dry out. So it's important to get that minute there.
57, 58,
Nice.
59, 60.
We are about to have Eunice go over and grab that oatmeal up there on top, darling. Okay, so now I'm going to shut this off, and we're going to move it right on over here. Okay, honey, you want to take this over, Uni, and just dump that oatmeal in there for me, please? Okay, don't be afraid, all at once. And then we're also going to take, mixing that, and some recipes call for peanut butter and some don't. I'm putting a 1/4 cup, well actually you saw, I cheated, a little more than a 1/4 cup into that because, thank you, because I love peanut butter. And also, it's pretty stinking good for you, is what I choose to believe anyways. Some people may not agree, but I'm all about peanut butter and chocolate. I'm sure that God would have never given us those flavors together to create such a yummy flavor if they're not good for us. Okay, so you see how it's setting up, you guys? Again, it's starting to set that up. Okay, now, I am a little concerned sometimes I'm going to do it back on the boiler when I don't see a consistency. Again, my recipes growing up, I never had peanut butter in there. So, but it should start to thicken, and putting it back on a nice stove like this, heat maintains it. And sometimes using peanut butter, it's going to not set as fast as if you didn't use peanut butter. So if you're old-fashioned, cocoa, a lot of times, okay? Old-fashioned, you can just...
More cocoa in the mixture will make it thicken?
Not as much peanut butter, okay? Not as much peanut butter, and I just did that extra dollop of it, so I went beyond. But you can just kind of see it just starts getting a little, like you're making frosting. Really, that's almost what you're doing here. Like a good frosting, and you're throwing some oatmeal and peanut butter in it. I'm going to call it a yummy for your family. Okay, consistency is, you've boiled it on up, and it's starting to thicken up. And now all we do, it does call for wax paper usually, but we've got some tin foil, and I've used that for years. And we are just dropping it by the tablespoons. So it's as easy as that, y'all. Just drop them on down. They're called no bakes. They'll set up. And the prep time is about 10 minutes, but they'll take about an hour to harden up a little bit. And if you have trouble in the thickening up, just add a little bit more oatmeal. There's a number of ways to do this recipe. So it's almost a no-fail. And it's
No bake, no fail.
That's it. That's the new name. Okay, I hope y'all enjoy this. Thanks for tuning in today.
See you later.
Bye-bye.